Get in it.
Okay. Oh, it's totally working.
It's totally working.
I'm so much more nervous this time. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are live again as we were last week, and we are looking at people. Say something. Hey, I don't know what that says. Okay. Anyway, so we are live, and we are talking tonight about. She's talking. You're talking.
No.
No, because the last time. By the way, where are your sector ones tonight?
They died. I totally killed one. It's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh.
Because that's what people actually were talking about last time. Were your sector
Like probably
ones.
the most. And then I found this pot upstairs, and like I'm bragging like I can totally keep them alive, and I killed them. Like dead. Totally dead. I have no idea what I did wrong. It's terrible, actually.
I haven't killed anything this week.
And someone posted something like in a home like where love and harmony are or something. That's where plants thrive. And this one was like totally in our bedroom, like on my side of the bed.
Hey, so
what does that say about me? That's so terrible.
You're nuts. Okay, you're gonna tell our story because people wanted to know.
Yeah.
You started our story about how we met last time, and you didn't finish it because I cut you off, and because I didn't want to go very long. And now people are interested in what our story is, and so can you tell our story?
Yeah. Okay. So we met at Liberty. So I'm Canadian, and
you guys are sideways.
Oh.
So.
How do you turn it? Can you hold it? You're not straight up. Okay. Better?
Does that work? Sideways. Are we straight? Does that work?
Better? Okay.
Tell the story.
I'll just keep talking.
And you guys let us know if we are straight up. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Karen. We appreciate it so much.
So
I'll just hold it.
That's like a workout. That's like
really
hard.
All right, you tell our story.
Okay. So
it's all about you.
I'm Canadian. Woot to the Canadians. I so miss home. But anyway. And actually, I super miss home right now. Can I say that? My sister just had her baby.
I am an uncle again.
I'm an aunt again.
Little boy?
To a nephew.
That's awesome.
Dash Jackson. Isn't that not the cutest name? Anyway. He's
cool.
Adorable, and he's like a chunker, and he's so cute. But we can't be there because we're here in Nashville. But, so anyway.
A story.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I'm Canadian. I went down to Liberty to go to grad school, and I was in the counseling department. I wanted to do marriage and family therapy, and I'd heard about this guy named Josh Straub, which is how they say his last name, like owl, like you hurt yourself. And he spoke. I don't think I've ever seen you like in person. We worked in the same department for a year and a half. I'd never seen him in real life. I think I maybe saw you on like a stage speaking one time or something.
Keep talking. You're getting hearts about that. Okay.
Oh.
Keep going.
And well, you're not getting a hearts, but I thought he was super arrogant. Like, so I knew you had to be arrogant because he spoke on like dating and relationships and stuff, and all the girls loved him, and so I just knew that he had to be arrogant. And but one night it was my last week, I think, working in the department, and I heard someone, like, I was grading papers, and I heard someone behind me, but I didn't think too much of it. I thought it was like cleaning staff or something. And but I went to go out. He was like, go down this hallway, and I turned, and there's this guy, like, literally just standing right there, like, holding the door for me. And he, like, puts out his hand, and he's like, hi, I'm Josh. I was like, hi, I'm Christi. And I thought it was weird, like, just even seeing you in person. Like, it was kind of weird. But, like, you know when you just, like, click with someone and you just have this conversation, it's just really easy, and you're just, like, he was super normal, and he was so down to earth. Like, it was actually really lovely.
Yay me.
Yeah, you. And, like, I remember to this day, like, you were like, the side of the building, and you're, like, kind of, like, leaned up against the building, like, all cool. And you were like, but he was so, like, humble and, like, just real. It was really great. Anyway.
Pumping up my tires.
Yeah. And then...
And you, tell them the real story, you asked me out on a date that first time we met.
100% did not. This is where our stories completely differ.
She asked me out on a date the first time we met, and it was awesome.
No, I would never do that. I never did that. Here's what I did. I was going to something, and like all these other counseling students were going too. It was a big Christmas show or something. Tree? Yeah. And so I was like...
Would you like to join me tonight? Would you like to join me tonight to go to Living Christmas Tree?
Join us, like a group thing. It had nothing to... Anyway. It was actually really bold of me because I was so not that girl. Like, I would never do that.
You were impressed.
But you said no.
I did.
Because you had an early flight or something. That's why I'd never seen you, because you traveled all the time speaking. Because you're never in the office. But anyway. So,
2 weeks later.
But did you know this? That, like, when you left that day, like, I literally remember praying and, like, to the Lord and just saying, like, because how old was I? 32? No.
You're 32 right now.
I haven't slept in 4 years. I don't know. How old was I? 25? 26? Anyway. I hadn't really, like, I guess I had pretty high standards, I guess you could, I don't know. But when I met you, I was, like, really impressed, like, genuinely, truly impressed. And so I was like, Lord, if you have any, like, if this would ever to work out, like, this has to be totally with you. Because I'm doing nothing. Like, I'm not pursuing him or anything like that. Anyway, fast forward 2 weeks later, we were at a restaurant, and I was meeting with a professor and a friend of mine as, like, a goodbye lunch for me. And I hadn't thought anything of it.
I mean, it was a great conversation. I really enjoyed our connection.
Is that not
had a great conversation.
Oh my gracious!
But I didn't go any further than that. Perfect. And then 2 weeks later, I'm at a restaurant and I see this beautiful girl sitting down the row, and she's wearing glasses and her hair was up. And
oh my gosh.
The first night that we met, it was dark outside, first of all. Now, you were beautiful, that's why I introduced myself. But second of all, your hair was down and you weren't wearing glasses. So
he didn't remember me.
A lunch meeting 2 weeks later in a restaurant where we just happened to be the same restaurant. So anyway.
Yeah. Cool. I saw you across, like, when I walked in, and I was, like, super nervous. and then the professor I was with, Dr. O'Hare, I hope she watches this. I miss her. She totally, like, set this up. She, like, calls him over to the table, and she's introducing him to, like, my friend Tiffany, and then to me, and I just, before he could say anything, I actually just stuck out my hand and I said, actually, we've met.
It was a little bit more arrogant than that.
It was not.
You were the arrogant one.
No, I could tell you had no idea who I was, so that's why I said it that way.
The very moment I went to shake her hand is the very moment that I realized who she was, and it dawned on me who she was at that moment, and it was after that point that I went and found her on Facebook because I was so impressed with
No, that's not true. First, you actually went up to my cubicle.
Well, I had to find out your last name. I knew your last name.
No, because then that's so stalkerish.
So we are Facebook. We are a Facebook couple. Because then we left, and you, what sort of? You left for Christmas break for a month, and I didn't have
I went back to Canada for a month, and so he sent me a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then we talked for a little bit while I was gone. And then we came back. I came back, and
I invited you out to do to work on my. I was working on my doctoral dissertation, and my first date with her was inviting her with me to work together. Yeah, how exciting was that? But the cool part was that we talked for.
Hey. We did. We talked for 8 hours.
8 hours that day. After that, like it's 8 hours straight. We didn't stop talking, and I don't think we've talked that much since. My arm is hurting holding this thing up. Okay, so.
That's probably very true.
And we just celebrated
6 years.
6 years.
We just had our anniversary.
So that's our story. And here's the cool part about this is we actually still like each other. That's the cool part.
Yep.
And we got through it'll be 4 tremendous hard years with our kids. And because our kids were not great babies. If you read the blogs and you read the book, you'll kind of see
There's not a lot that are, though, really.
What's that? A lot of babies?
Babies.
No, I mean, what?
Some are easier, maybe, but there's still a ton of work.
Totally, yeah.
It's exhausting.
And they're upstairs right now.
And actually, one is totally not sleeping. One's still awake. But one of my like dearest friends in the world is here, and she's playing trains with him.
We've been playing a lot of trains lately. So we still like each other. Actually really like each other a lot. And
I think I like you more now. Honestly, for real.
I'm excited to share some of that journey.
Yeah.
About just how we really, because I like you way more than I did.
For real though?
For real, I really do. No, I do. You know.
Really?
You know I do.
Even you've seen the worst.
And so the cool part is the reason we still like each other so much is because we've been very intentional about our relationship. We've prioritized our marriage. We put our marriage first. And when I say that is we don't live near family, and we haven't for since we've been married. And so we've really believe in adopted grandparents and adopted aunts and uncles. Moses in Deuteronomy 6 said that hero Israel. He said when he's talking about leaving a legacy to the next generation. And in that part, he's speaking to the entire church. He's not just speaking to parents. We weren't meant to do this parenting journey, this family journey alone. And we live in a very individualistic culture today. And a lot of parents are alone, and we weren't meant to do it alone. And so we really challenge young singles, grandparents, adopt families who need help, babysitting, that kind of thing. So we've prioritized date nights. Every Friday night we go on date nights, and we've maintained that. And
I think that's the only thing that got us through a lot of really hard seasons.
Is staying connected on those Friday nights. And so we just really, it's one of the biggest things we really advocate.
Normal, like that normal that you used to have.
Yeah, because if you're not doing those date nights and you're not connected, there's been times where we would not do the date nights, and all of a sudden we just felt so distant apart from each other.
For sure.
The cool part is one of the things that we've done is on the member page of the website. So if you go to joshuastraub.com/members, we have date nights that we've put together with our senior pastor in Branson, Pastor Ted Cunningham. We put together date nights around all different kinds of themes, from play and laughter and adventure and understanding and respect. And those are totally free. We have 10 date night ideas for all of those different themes, and 52 questions. You can actually start to engage with each other rather than trying to come up with questions or talk about the kids or talk about the business of being married. Go to the member link there on the website and download those for free. We really want you guys to invest in your marriages and
sometimes
and
you
enjoy
just
your
creative
marriage.
Ideas too.
Yeah,
you like dinner and a movie or
and when you're stuck in the exhaustion of day in and day out, taking care of the kids and doing your job and everything, it can be pretty exhausting. So
and that's what you talk about is the kids and your job.
Yeah.
And you forget to talk about isn't there a dream one too?
Dream.
I like that. Yeah. I like that one the best, I think. But you forget to dream.
That's where we are. I mean, we're just now starting to dream again.
Yeah.
After these last 4 years, we're coming out of the trenches, and I feel like we're starting to dream again as a family, which is pretty cool. Totally. So, well, I think we're done. Are we done?
That was good. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was good because there's no screaming.
Oh, there's no screaming. Yeah.
The monitor's literally right there. You would totally hear them if they were.
So we did this without the kids.
Around.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us so much. And we're going to go through and just kind of look at your questions and comments. And please share this. And we'd love to, I think next time, I don't know what we'll do next time. We'll do this again soon. And maybe even just take questions from you all. So send us questions, comments, thoughts. And we'll definitely connect with you guys. We really enjoy that you're.
Sorry for the shakiness. I feel like
not. We have a tripod here. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. That's what kids will do to you. That's the one thing that I've sacrificed is working out. Come on. So anyway, jump on. We will have this tripod set up. We'll have this thing figured. We're gonna get this thing figured out. But we just really enjoy you guys, and we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Okay. And so, we love you all. Have a great evening and get some sleep.